Hello there, and welcome to unboxing my Star Wars collection. I'm Steve, and I have a shopping problem. Since the last two videos were about the stuff I bought in the 1990s, I thought it'd be fun to go shopping again and see if I could find any new stuff to add to the collection. I did find a few items, and I thought I would share with you what I found. This is episode 49. The June shopping spree. Other than a Walmart that is within about 10 miles of me, I need to travel at least 30 miles to find any other stores that carry Star Wars toys or figures or any type of items. So it is nice to actually find something when I do go out hunting. I was lucky enough this month to find several items to add to my modest collection, including a few things you may not have seen. Of course, before I begin, I just invite you once again to like the video, to share it with your friends, and to hit the subscribe button. Now, without further ado, let me show you what I have found. Okay, we are going to start with this little thing here. It's just a one-page item, and if you can read that small print, it is from the U.S. Postal Service. What could it possibly be? Well, if you are a serious collector, you probably know that just lately, the post office came out with their own Star Wars Droids stamps. Yep, there is 10 different stamps. We include IG-11, R2-D2, K-250, DO, L-337, BB-8, C-3PO, the Gunk Droid, 2-1B, and Chopper. So we've got quite a few of the movies and TV shows covered with these stamps. I was hoping that the 20 stamps that are on the sheet would all be different droids, because there are enough droids to have 20 different droids on here. But no, the post office just decided to do 10. Well, 10's better than none, right? So that's the first one. We'll set that off to the side. I also did a little shopping on Amazon because I happened to find an archive figure that I did not have yet. Which archive figure would it be? Well, if you remember a few videos ago, I did go over the ones that I do have. This one was not part of that collection at that time, and it happens to be Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing pilot jumpsuit, or rebel uniform, whatever you want to call it. Very nice figure, actually. I like this one. It's a very good likeness of Mark Hamill in the face. That's one thing I've noticed. These sculpts are getting pretty good with these Black Series figures. So I have one more now that I can add to the collection, and I know there are still at least 3 that I'm missing. This would actually be number 9 that I'll have. So if you want to see which other ones I have, just check the videos ahead of this one or before this one, and you'll find them. So, Luke Skywalker, archive figure. What else do we have? Well, remember I said I went to the stores to go shopping? Well, in town here, they also had a garage sale. And every once in a while, I will actually stop at a garage sale if it's big enough and I think they might have something to catch my attention. Well, I got lucky. And I found a few things at a garage sale. So, of course, this is not new stuff, but I still thought it was kind of fun stuff. First of all, we have a Rebels bag. Now, granted, this is for a kid. It's not very big or anything. It's got a little Velcro, so you can open it up, keep it closed a little bit. But it's just a nice little bag featuring characters from the Rebels TV show. So, not too bad. I think I paid $1 for it. What else do we have? Well, we have some Topps Trumps card game. Now, I don't know how many was originally supposed to be in this box, but I can tell you the box is not full. It's only about half full. And when I looked at it, of course, the tin caught my eye because it's a very nice tin as far as Star Wars goes. And inside were a bunch of playing cards. For example, here we see Jabba the Hutt, and it shows his height, his brains, dark side, Jedi powers, battle skills, and force factor. So I suppose this is something similar to the game of Magic that a lot of people like to play. Something similar to that. Anyway, this one has a lot of characters, and it's looking like most of it is from the original trilogy. Okay, this is kind of neat. We have a blank card. Could you make yourself a Star Wars character? That would be interesting. Make yourself as powerful as you want. Also a couple of advertising ones to let you know what other things are coming out. But yeah, this particular set looks like it's pretty much from the original trilogy. So, kind of neat, not too bad. Like I said, I don't know if there was supposed to be more. The box is probably only about half full right now. But still, that's more than what I had before. And here again, I didn't pay much for it, maybe a couple bucks, so it wasn't too bad. The other thing I found were 3 large action figures. Now, these are not your expensive action figures. Here we have Finn. And as you can see, his shoulders swivel, or his arms swivel. There is no movement in his, oh, I guess the wrists do turn. But we have no elbow. Okay, I thought the waist turned, but I guess not. So no waist turning on this one. And then we do have the legs swinging at the hips. And that is about it, other than the head can turn a little bit. So very limited articulation. But I found 3 of these. The first one was Finn. The second was the Stormtrooper. And it's kind of nice because they still had the weapons. You can see they've got them not duct tape, but they've got them taped to the characters. I thought maybe the helmet would come off and it'd be Han or Luke, but nope, it's just a Stormtrooper. And the third one, I'm kind of glad they had this one. That's what kind of made it worthwhile. We have Darth Vader. And he still has his red lightsaber. The hilt of the lightsaber is kind of permanently in his hand. So you have to put the blade into the hole for the lightsaber. This is kind of neat. It's actually got a cloth cape. Kind of see-through cloth cape a little bit. So there we go. We had 3 of those. Bought all 3. They were, I think, a few bucks a piece. So I didn't think that was bad for these action figures. Would have been nice if they were in the cartons, but hey, at least they've got the accessories, which is a good plus. So that takes care of my garage selling. The next item I have is, I do like to go to Five Below. Because Five Below is a fun place. Just, they once in a while have stuff. Granted, it might be older stuff, but it's still stuff I don't have in my collection because I never saw it in stores otherwise. And this time I went, that was my first stop when I went shopping. And I did not find anything in the toy department that I didn't either have or that really caught my attention. As I was leaving, I did find this. PEZ dispensers, a 2-part PEZ dispenser featuring the Mandalorian and the child, otherwise known as Grogu. Inside the box, there are also 6 cartons of PEZ in there to eat if I opened it up, which I might do. I do like PEZ. So it was not a complete bust when I went to Five Below this time, but I got close. And I think these were $5 for the 2 of them. So I'll put these with the other PEZ dispensers that you have seen in previous videos. Never really intended to collect PEZ, but now that I've made these videos and saw that I do have a fairly decent collection of Star Wars PEZ, I thought, this would be a nice addition to that collection. Next, I did go to Gamestop, because every once in a while I do have good luck going to Gamestop. This time, not so much. But I did happen to find one figure, one vintage figure, that I did not have, and it happened to be Star Wars, The Mandalorian, Grief Karga. This is the retro figure. So it doesn't have a lot of the detail that you would see in the regular vintage collection. These are the simpler characters, or the simpler figures, I should say. So I did not have this one. So it gives me one action figure closer to having the set. So in one of these upcoming days, or one of these upcoming videos, I will show you my collection of the retro figures. So let's put that one over here. Well, we're going to have to lay them down, I guess. All right. Now, here's a place that you may not think a whole lot about action figures, but if you stop there, sometimes you can have pretty good luck. And it's Best Buy. Yeah, Best Buy does have a small toy section now, or maybe they call it collector's section. But I was stopped there because I read online on some forums that Best Buy sometimes carries figures that you don't find in other stores. So we'll give it a try. And I got lucky. I found 3 of the Episode 1 50th Anniversary Lucasfilm Limited figures. So I feel very lucky to find these. The first one is Jar Jar Binks. As you can see, it is actually a fairly nice figure. Very nice sculpt on Jar Jar. What else did I find? Well, we have Mace Windu. And I do have a third one. And that happens to be the Battle Droid. So I thought it was kind of neat because I did not have any of these in my collection. I have not seen any of these in the stores near me. This is the first time I've seen them. I figured I better get them because I may not ever see them again. And actually, I figured I better get them because they basically only had one of each. So it was either pick them up then or I might not see them anymore. So yeah, very happy to find these for my collection. Worst part is, now that I have some, I got to try to find the rest, which is going to be a challenge. So let me get these off to the side. How many of these do you have in your collection, or have you found? Which ones have you found? Let me know in the comments. Okay, another place I stopped was Barnes & Noble. Yeah, not a usual place that you would stop for Star Wars stuff, probably. And a lot of times I don't, although I have picked up several Funko Pops at Barnes & Noble. They do have a fairly large Funko Pop area. They usually don't have a whole lot of Star Wars stuff, though, although I did notice my local Barnes & Noble did have some Star Wars Legos. On their closeout table, they had a little Dio robot from The Rise of Skywalker. Basically, you rev up Dio and send the little droid sparkling along. So inside the base of the toy, there's one of those little sparkler things. So rev it up, let her go, and it'll spark as it runs. So probably a big thing for the little kids. I picked it up because it was only $3. $3, heck, a bottle of pop almost costs that much. So I figured, this would maybe be a little decent addition to my collection. So there we go, we got Dio. And then I also saw that they had Star Wars playing cards. And they actually had 4 different sets of Star Wars playing cards. But this is the one that caught my eye because this is a set that features action figures from the old days. And I don't plan on playing with this, but I do plan on opening this to see what figures they have. As you can see on the back here, they do have a fairly decent look to the cards. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this is. But the main thing that you pick up at Barnes & Noble is either books or magazines. And I happened to find 3 magazines that really caught my attention. If you're into Star Wars magazines, you might want to run down to your local Barnes & Noble and see if you can find these. The first one is celebrating 40 years of the Star Wars phenomenon. The official collector's edition, Star Wars, The Skywalker Saga. This is a fairly thick magazine, and it's good heavy stock paper. But as you can see here, see if I can show you a few pages, nice and glossy pages, great pictures in it, and I can't wait to sit down and actually read the articles and see what it's got to say. I don't know if there's going to be much new in here that I don't know yet, but you know, a lot of times when I do pick up these type of magazines, they do have some extra little tidbits in that I have not read or seen in other places. So yeah, I thought this was a very nice addition to my collection. I do have a fair number of magazines in my collection. And this one was only $20. Yeah, so I spent a little money on that one. Seeing that we've had the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, there is also one for the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. And there again, a nice thick magazine, kind of a hard edge bound, just like the other one was. This one is not quite as thick as this one, but you know, this one still has over 140 pages to it. It's a fairly good sized magazine. And here again, well, there, the sticker says 148. So there again, lots of different pictures from the movie. Looks like there's some good articles in here again to read. And seeing that it's just about The Empire Strikes Back, I wouldn't be surprised that there's a few things in here that I have not seen yet or read about yet. So looking forward to that. This one happened to be $14.99 in US funds, of course. The last one I picked up, and I debated whether to even pick this up, but I did, because I like The Mandalorian. I really do. And this one happens to be The Mandalorian Guide to Season 1. And actually, if you look on the back cover, there's a couple other Mandalorian magazines too, including the art and imagery of, I think, Season 1 and Season 2, or the Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I collected this, or I picked this one up, and as you can see, once again, some great pictures. I have a feeling the articles will be fun to read. There we got a nice picture of Cara Dune. And cool. And anyway, this one is going to be I think all three magazines will be fun to read. This one happened to be the least expensive of the three. This was $12.99, so $13. So there, I have got some decent reading material to read coming up here. But I think these are going to be three great magazines for my magazine collection. Did you ever hear of a magazine collection? Got one more bag. And I have a feeling this bag might make a few of you jealous because I got really lucky here. As you know, Target had a series of Black Series action figures. There's 4 action figures in the series, and they happen to be from the Clone Wars. Very nice packaging. These are 50th anniversary Lucasfilm figures, only available at Target. Extremely difficult to find. It took me, oh heck, weeks, if not months, to find these things. And I happened to find a Target about 35 miles away that did not have them on the pegs in the toy department. No, there wasn't even an empty peg where these would have hung from. You had to order these online and pick them up, which I guess I haven't heard of, because I know in St. Cloud, which is where there's 2 Targets, neither one had any. You went online to try to see if they had any. They didn't show any. But another Target had all 4. So, of course, I hit one of each real quick, including the clone pilot, Hawk. I also have ARC Trooper, Echo. So, very nice figures. There is a lot of detail on these things. I really like these figures. I was also able to get Obi-Wan Kenobi. And, of course, Anakin. Anakin Skywalker. I have the set. I am so thrilled to be able to get all 4 of them. And the best part was, I found them all in one store. I only had to make one stop to get all 4. Woo! I know, some of you are not real happy with me probably at the moment. And maybe some of you are thrilled that I was able to find them, even though you weren't able to. I tell you, I was lucky. I will admit it. I was completely lucky. but I have the set. So I am keyed. And this is how I am going to end this episode, with these 4 figures as the closing to this video. So what do you think of the video? What did you enjoy of my June shopping spree? Are these 4 figures your favorite, or one of the other little things I found your favorite things? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Until next time, may the force be with you, and keep collecting!